Yo, so while I'm waiting on the transmission cross member for the Vega, we are going to do some, me, going to do some things to the Camaro. We're doing it in the backyard today because it is 86, humid like no other, and we're under the tree, which I guess it doesn't matter too much because it's cloudy, but I don't feel like moving the Camaro back out to the front just yet. I will when I put the track bars on it. But this is what we're doing. It is getting new dash pad. See, this time I'm actually showing you guys before I change what I change. It's getting a new dash pad, which is that. It's getting the new gauge bezel, which is that. And it is getting this radio, which is going to be interesting because I'm going to have to move those. I'm not 100% sure where I'll put them at the moment, but today I want to at least get just the new dash pad and this on, but I got to take these gauges out because they're kind of screwed in. They're screwed into this bezel, and then hope that nothing breaks or anything that's gonna make what should be a short time job be a 3-day job. But it's usually how it goes with my stuff, so let's see. All right, so we are in the thick of it now. We got the dash pad off, we got the old bezel out. You can see the absolute, well, to y'all it probably looks like a nightmare, but since I spent so much time with this car and I had this dash bezel out and this dash pad off a million times, and I've been back here a million times, it's not that bad to me. But first time seers, definitely bad. You can see where I got the Dakota Digital mounted. You can see there's absolutely no space back here. I just realized that this was getting squished. I had it in front of these bars, which is the support for the steering column. So I routed it behind there, so now it won't get squished by anything, pinched by anything. You do, to get the bezel out, it's easiest to take off the two nuts that hold the steering column up, because you want to have the steering column come down some so that you can wiggle that bad boy out. You can do it with the steering column up, but you definitely risk cracking this and breaking it. So it's not too hard to take those two 9/16 nuts off. So next I'm going to put, I'm gonna do the bezel first. Put the gauges in the new bezel back there. I'll probably have to put this, take this off, this vent out, put it in the new one. I'll have to take these out, put it in the new one, and then it should go right back in. But we will see. It sounds easy, sounds simple, but we'll find out how simple. All right, so I'm back. You're still there, hopefully. It is 2 days later. Didn't I say something about nothing ever goes easy for me or simple like it should be? This wasn't as simple as it should have been, just because things didn't fit 100%. So just like most aftermarket things, they don't fit just as good as the original stuff. So there was a good amount of playing with that. Plus I put the radio in while I had this out, obviously, because you don't want to wait. I guess you could, but given the lack of room behind the dash, I preferred to put the radio in the bezel first and then put the bezel in, rather than waiting until afterwards and then trying to get back there, because I've laid in every uncomfortable position you can imagine under this dash, especially when I was doing that AC. I never want to do that again. Well, I mean, I guess I could do it again in the 69 Camaro because I know what to do, blah blah, but first time, no thanks. So now the next issue, so that took a couple hours. Next issue is this dash pad just doesn't fit. Yeah, all right, just doesn't fit 100%. So one issue, so these clips are supposed to go in here. So this end is supposed to slide in there, and then the middle piece is for this little piece, and then it's supposed to slide and hook into there like that, and then this end, this little tongue, slides into, I believe, these little squares or these little dimples, one of the two. Slides in, yeah, I'd assume the square, and holds it down like that. But as you can see on this one, the mold, there's no hole there. There's no hole there. There's no hole there. There is a little lip there, but same with that one and that one and that one. It's supposed to look like that, so I can actually stick the clip in on this one. See how it actually catches? This one, there's nothing. I don't know, it needs to be, I don't know, because that's hard, that's the hard rubber or plastic. There's not really a way to, I would have to get like a small Dremel and literally sit there and just cut all that out. So that's not gonna work. But at least when it's bolted down, it doesn't make too much, you can't really tell that those clips aren't in it. This is from OER. I mean, that's the package. I mean, if you got a 69 Camaro and you just happen to be watching this, probably wouldn't go with this dash pad just because of fitment. That's another reason why this isn't done yet. So then, say we get it on. It's not 100% on, but it should be on enough. And you got this hole right here. These two holes are supposed to line up, and then a screw goes through them. Well, oh my goodness. Anyways, just throwing things around. Anyways, there's just no, I just don't see those bad boys lining up. I mean, I really gotta press down. It'd probably help if this was on the way down, but I'm trying to do it one-handed, so oh my goodness. All right, so yeah, it's time to just start punching things. I'm kidding, kind of. So I brought a little drill, so I'm gonna have to drill this hole bigger for a screw to go all the way through. It's not even open on this side. Oh yeah, I guess it is just a little bit, but I need to drill that a little bit bigger, and I need to throw it together, and then I'll be done with this. Aside from, I'll need to put this in, but there's an adapter that goes on the back to run two little holes to the vent, to the holes that come out of the AC box right there. And then I just have to wire power and ground, and then this will be done. But I believe we might have to order this adapter, the adapter for this. It came with the AC kit and I kept it in the car, but he's had it for a minute and I don't think he knows what he did with it. So that's probably gonna be a minute before this is 100% complete. And then next they'll be putting on the chassis stiffeners. I don't know why I call them track bars. They're chassis stiffeners, but we'll be back in a second, but probably 9 hours for me. All right, so I got this screw in through the dash part 2. Just had to make that hole a little bigger like I was saying. What I had to do was leave this side up and off, pull this all the way over, press it in at the same time that I got the screwdriver in it, and push this in. Oh, hold on. There we go. Push the dash in while the screw is in there, and then kind of start tightening at an angle because the hole was at an angle that way, and then use the screwdriver to kind of straighten it out, and then push and screw at the same time. So I got that in, but I'm not going to 100% mount this because when I was putting it in, I remembered that. So this is a factory heat car. So I don't know if you can really see it because of the lighting, but you see that hole right there. There's another one. Yeah, no, you can't see it. At least I can't see it. There's a little plate right there with that hole and that hole. And I assumed that was where this screwed in, but it's way too recessed back in there. It doesn't sit up in here like it should. It's way back behind the dash, so I'm gonna have to basically drill holes in the dash itself for this to mount. But I'm not putting this in until I got that adapter in, because I want to put the adapter on, put the tubing on, and run it down that way rather than trying to run it up this way, because like I said, there's absolutely no room back there. I'm kind of curious as to how I'm even going to get the tubing down there. I also think we got the wrong size tubing. I think this is a little too big. So it was 2.5 inch. I think we need 2 1/4. But anyways, so that's where I'm at now. I think what I'm gonna finish off with today, since it's really the only other thing I can do, is hook up power and ground, and that'll at least turn the radio on. He's getting a kick panel speakers, so he's got those, and he's gonna put those in with, I assume, a buddy or something. So I just need to wire up power and ground so the radio just comes on, and then he just hooks up the speaker wire. And then I need to figure out where I'm gonna put these bad boys. Kind of don't want to drill into the brand new dash, but I mean, that would make sense for that to go right there, and that to go back right there, because there's not really anywhere other to put them than right there under the dash. So that should go like right there, because this is what controls your gauges. So we'll just see, and maybe this won't take 5 more hours. All right, so you really can't see nothing, but bezel, blah blah. Just gonna show you guys I got the radio all hooked up. So that's as far as, these gauges are so cool, but this is as far as I'm going with it, since I'm not doing speakers, but it's obviously wired up. Cool speaker too, looks good. I'll show you guys more in the daylight. Tomorrow I'm gonna move the Camaro out to the driveway, and then I'm gonna get up under it, and I'm gonna see what all I have to do for track bars. Why do I keep saying track bars? Chassis stiffeners. I'm sure there's some slang word I'm thinking of that I keep saying track bars, but I will see you guys then. All right, so next day, and it is time for subframe connectors. And as you can tell by the enthusiasm, I've already been getting my ass kicked, butt kicked, sorry. Driver's side is in, but it has not been as bolt in as they are. So got this side in, but I have to move this brake line. Oh, hold on. All right, there we go. Got to move this brake line. As soon as I got to disconnect it, I got to disconnect the fuel line, which I just talked to him, and we're going to replace this line anyways. So since I have to take it down, I'm just going to replace it. I'm going to put AN line on. Just hook AN line from the filter to the engine, because I got to take it off anyways. And then these are for the fuel pump. I am not going to take these all the way out. I'm going to cut them somewhere right here, and then I'll route them, and then I'll just put them back together wherever I mount it. So that is the driver's side. I'm about an hour and a half into just this side because it did not go in as simple and easy as it should have, but if you've been watching this channel long enough, you should not be surprised, because I'm not surprised. We got the new dash pad, or the dash pad's still not in 100%, but it's just mocked up. Got the new bezel, radio, but that is done until I get the adapter for the center vent, so I can run the hose to the AC box, which ordered last night, so should be here by this weekend. Today is Tuesday. But we're gonna move on to the passenger side subframe connector. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm already beat up from being at the gym for a couple hours, but hopefully this connector goes somewhat smoother. Probably won't, but gotta put it in, so I'll see y'all when it's in. So finally done. Of course, I tried to record some action shots for y'all, and that lasted like 14 minutes on my end. And I finally pressed stop, and then the good stuff happened afterwards. So I tried. Y'all know I'm not good at this. So we are on done. Gonna replace that whole fuel line, and then rearrange the brake line and the wires. But as far as the track bars, why I keep saying track bars? The subframe connectors. I said chassis stiffeners yesterday. Subframe connectors, chassis stiffeners, same thing. Subframe connectors. They're done. That was not as bolted in as it should have been. I had to drill this hole out to line up with the hole on the actual frame or body, whatever you want to call it, the frame rail, because this hole didn't line up when these two holes did. I had to do the same thing over there. But finally done. A lot of hammering, drilling, pushing, laying here staring at the sky, contemplating life and why I do this for a living. But next, I mean, this is everything I had to do to this car is about 90% done. Dash, pad, gauge bezel, radio, subframe connectors. So gotta finish the center AC vent, clean up underneath where the radio wires are, clean up or rearrange all that, and then I believe I will be done with the Camaro once again until it comes back for round 3 of whatever it might be. So I'm done for this today. I'll see this tomorrow. Y'all see this here in a second. All right, so today I'm finishing up the Camaro, aside from just that center vent on the dash pad. But this will be the end of the video because there's no need to really record the center vent. I've showed you guys how it goes in and what it's for. Obviously, just put that in whenever it shows up, and I will officially be done after I get this knocked out. I also, ooh, what is that? Ooh, don't worry about it. Also, I need to, and I just lost my train of thought. Good job, Anthony. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Anyways, still waiting on the transmission cross member. If you've contacted me for work, I have another swap lined up after the Vega, and he's just waiting for the Vega to get on out of here. That's gonna be a really cool swap, but I'm not gonna spill the beans on it yet. But it's not customer's fault why it's still here. It's just it's just car things in general. Hopefully y'all understand when building a car, working on a car, especially old school cars, that especially doing something where you're putting a whole different year model engine transmission in it, it's stuff like this is always going to happen. So we're just waiting on that transmission cross member, and then I can move along, because as you guys saw in part 2, I have the fuel system ready to just hook up. All there really is that I can do at the moment is like clean up the engine. But obviously, since that's all I can do, I knocked out his truck in a past video, and then I'm just gonna knock out the Camaro, and that'll be out of here. And then you guys that have contacted me for like knick-knack work, I can God dang, Anthony. Oh my goodness. I haven't eaten yet today. I was at the gym for 3 hours. It's already hotter than Satan's balls here in Texas. My AC unit isn't as good as it could be. But anyways, I lost my train of thought again. So if you've contacted me for work and you're wondering what's taking so long, it's just typical car things. I'm one person. I promise I'm working every day that I can. It rained hard yesterday, and it's supposed to rain stupid hard for like the next 2 or 3 days. So I need to get this done. I need to start the video on that, and then whenever this transmission crossmember gets here, that'll get done. A lot will get done on that. But like I said, I'm doing the fuel line. Got the PTFE AN line. It's going in it. Just rerouting the brake line and rerouting the fuel pump wires, and then that is done. Well, aside from the center vent, like I said already. So next time I come up on screen, I'll be done. So basically like 4.5 days from now. Just got to keep with the trend. But see y'all in a second. All right, so I am done. Oh, got it routed, all tidied up. And it is ready to be off jack stands, and I am ready to not be on this concrete anymore. So I've already turned the car on. There's no leaks. I'll just have to re-bleed the rear brakes, but I'm gonna drive it and really push the air through before I do that real quick. But the Camaro, well, for this video, is complete. But thanks for watching, if you watched all the way through. I ain't got nothing else to say. It's done. Just got to put the center vent in, run the piping to the AC box, and that's it for the Camaro. So I'll see y'all on either, probably be the video of the truck. Might be that next, because I have no idea when I'm gonna get the cross member on this. That should be an interesting video for the truck. You can follow me, like, subscribe, do whatever. Just appreciate you watching. I'll see y'all next time.